Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AllBrands show with me, your host today, Courtney Dowd. And hello, everyone. So we are live if you are watching this on November 13th. I know we're halfway through November. I'm not okay. I'm seeing you guys in the chat. Hello. Hi from Louisiana, from Houston. Hello from Houston. Absolutely. Hello, everyone. Tennessee. We've got Louisiana again. Hello, Jenny. I know you are Texas. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Hi. All right. So I'm giving everyone a second to jump on. So we have a really fun. I just got distracted. There's a little thing. Lauren, are you seeing that too? That's like a double me. I think it's making a reel, and it's distracting me. It's fine. StreamYard is a hoot and a holler to play with. So today we are making an ornament. Now, has anyone ever done a folded star ornament? I've seen all different names that they call them. I call it a folded star ornament because that's what it is. It makes a star and you fold some fabric and it's fantastic. So I've seen where people do them flat and make like a mug rug or like a little pot or something to put their pots on, stuff like that. And it's really, really fun. But I saw a while back, and it has been saved in my Pinterest board of things I want to try. And I finally did one. And I'm shocked at how fast it is to do a folded star ornament. Now, the things that you're going to need, because of course that's always the biggest question, is a foam ball. Now, these are way larger than what I actually use, but I wanted to go ahead and show you these. So let's see. I think I did set this camera. I did. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Now this one is much larger than what I would actually use it for. So this one is a 3.8. See if I can. There we go. So this one's a 3.8 size. So it's a little bit larger. I personally like to use smaller ones like this one. And this is the brand that I've been using, Craft Foam, I guess you would call it. But this is a 2.8. So that is what I've been using personally when I've been doing mine is the 2.8. So it would be cool to do the large ones. And those are options. They have smaller ones, all sorts of different sizes of them. But this is kind of in the good size that I've been using. So it's a 2.8, which is a 7.1 centimeter if you are into centimeters. So the other item we need, so we need our little foam ball. Oof. It's like chalkboard when I touch it. Are these little applique pins. So they call them applique pins on the little thing. I call them dressmaker pins. Let me know in the comments, what do you call these pins? Because that's what I call them. So the thing about these pins, they're not like normal pins that we would use that have like the little ball on the end of them. If you notice, these have, let's see if I can put it right there. These have like a little silver nubbin, but it's not very large. Now it's large enough that it's bigger than the actual little pin, but it's pretty small. So because these are actually going to stay in our ornament, we're not going to take these out. So we don't want anything super chunky with that big ball on the end like we normally use whenever we're sewing. Let's see if I have some of those nearby. No, of course not, because I like Wonder Clips. There we go. So usually when we're sewing, you can see where I dropped Totally Awesome on my mat. So usually when we're sewing, we use things like this. I use Wonder Clips, but like we use things like this. And it's got this big ball on the end of it. So could you use it for this? Yes. Will it kind of be a little bumpy in certain areas because it's under there? Also, yes. So I do recommend finding these pins like this that just have that little bitty nubbin on the bottom end of them, and it's okay. And you can't really tell they're underneath the fabric. So I really like them. Now, when I do this, I use about, it feels like about 200, not even kidding, about 200 pins because I pin a lot. Now, you don't have to pin if you don't want to. I know a lot of people will glue them down, but for an ornament and it being round, I don't want anything to be puckering up. So I usually go ahead and pin down. I don't glue down because some people like to use like a basting glue or like the 505 glue sticks. Now, if it was flat, I would totally use the 505 glue sticks because I would probably just sew it anyways. So it wouldn't matter and it would just be like a temporary hold. But I'm not going to sew this. It'd be really hard to put this in the machine. I probably could figure it out, but it would be really hard to put it in the machine. So the pins for the win. Alrighty. Now the next thing that we need are all of our really cute little bitty fabrics. Now it's 100% up to you what colors you want to do. I did 3 colors, and can you believe they're Christmas colors? So I did green, white, and red for my design that I wanted to do. Now I went ahead and cut all of my pieces. I do believe I cut this one. Yeah, 2.5 by 2.5. So I have 18 of each color, and they are each 2.5 by 2.5. So they are adorable. I went ahead and pre-cut them because I don't think you want to see me struggling cutting a bunch of small ones. I did actually do some on my Scan and Cut and just put 2.5, filled in a 12 by 24 and had to cut out a bunch of them. And then a few of them I did use my True Grid or True Cut rotary blade. And I just went ahead and knocked them out real fast. And it was fantastic. So now I have all 3 of my colors, and that's all we need other than an iron. So an iron is going to be our best friend today. And you're like, Courtney, what? Yes, it is going to be our best friend to be able to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and move all of this. So we just have our items. Any additional items that you might, if you want to get them for like finishing off purposes, is some ribbon to finish off later on and possibly some twine. That's about the only things. And I'll show you how to use those in a bit. But for what we need to make our ball itself, these are the only items. So it's very, very fun. Let's see. I use those pins for hand applique. Okay, so you already have them on hand. Get it? See what I did there? Let's see. StreamYard has changed its dimensions. Some things you are showing are not centered and are too close. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's odd. Let's see. Hi. All right, so let's get started here. I'm going to switch back to this camera. Boop. All right. So what we need to do for every single one of them, I know every single one of them, is we need to iron. Everyone's favorite thing, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to take the first one. Now I should have done some of these off camera to like prep, but you know, bad YouTuber. Now some people like to do them and they'll do the little cross. Let's see if I can do it. They do like this and then, oh, I don't even know how they do it. They fold. And I don't like when they do that because I feel like you're going to see through the material to the ball. Now, my first little bit around is actually going to be red, I believe. Or did I decide on white? I think I'm going to do it red. But you can see through to the ball. So what I like to do is a different method. So what I actually like to do is I'll fold them in half. This. And I just hit it with the iron. And then fold that in half like this. Hit it with the iron. That way, it gives me this little center point like that. So I know where my folding lines are. So I'm going to go ahead, open my pins up just to show you real fast. We'll get a few out. All right, so we have our ball right here. And I'm going to just put the pin right in the center of where I did my little X. There we go. Now, the nice part about the first one is that you're going to be correct either way, no matter what, because it's, oh, I see. They did change the orientation. Huh. Where is that left one live? Lauren, you want to find that out for me? All right. So there we go. So now no matter where the ball I put in, there's no like right area to this ball. They're all just together, or it's all just one solid ball right now. So there's no like top point of the bar, bottom part. I guess there is some, but you're not going to see it underneath. All right. So now we have that pin in the center like that. What we're going to do is we're going to flip it down like this. Okay. And then we're going to flip one angle down to the center. We see where we had the line that we ironed like that. There we go. And I'm going to take a pin. There we go. And I'm going to pin here. Okay. And I'm going to pin here in the center. There we go. All right, so now I've got a pin here. Ooh, I did not put that one all the way down. And there's one hiding under there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do that on the other side. Go. And put 2 pins in. You see why you needed so many pins? Ah, he's rolling away. All right, I'm going to get some more out of this thing. It's easier to grab them off the table than in the little container. All right, boop, there we go. All righty. And grab a pen. There we go. All right, so we have our first piece down. I did not do it very nicely, but she's down and she's very cute. So that one's down. Now, this is now the top of our ball. This is where, or I guess the side of our ball where our star is going to start because we are going to do a little star out of it. All right, so let's see, Lauren, our imaginary friend is saying something to me in chat. Can you get rid of the vertical one? You can get rid of vertical. For some reason, it's showing in YouTube vertical and on Facebook horizontal, aka correct. Oh, what? I cannot change it during the stream. Oh no. All right. Well, Lauren, so it's our YouTube friends are the ones that are getting it up and down. Oh no. Okay. Well, I will try to do both and just be really conscious of where I put things. This is going to be great. All right. So we've got that one. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. I'm centered on both of them. Fantastic. All right. So we have our first one in there. It's white. You can't see that. Oh, did I want to make the center one white or did I want to make it red? It's going to be white. It's down. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take the next one and I'm going to iron it the same way. So I fold in half, and don't worry, I'll zoom in again. Fold in half and then do this way. So what I would suggest is before you start doing it is just do some of the leg work ahead of time. Just go ahead, do some of the leg work and start ironing them down. And it kind of helps with it. Now for this, since we are pinning them down, I'm not being super precise because whenever I do one that is flat, instead of it being an ornament, that I like steam it, you know, closed and things like that, just to make sure that it's nice and crisp. But for this, the pins are holding it down. It's okay. I say that I should probably be a little bit more careful. All right. I think I'm probably going to be lazy on some of them and not iron them down. It's going to be fun. Let's see. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, so we have that first one. So I'm going to grab another one and do the exact same thing. So we open it up like that, and then we're going to take a pin, and we're going to put it into the center. There we go. Just like that. So now we've got it sticking out. Ooh, there we go. All right, so I'm going to come here, and I'm going to put that pin right at the corner, so at the very top of the ball. So where we had before, here we go. And we're just going to put it right there because I want them to meet up. All right, there we go. Cute. How cute is this fabric, right? All right, so we're going to flip down like this. Go. All right, and fold that one down. If you want to put lines on your ball and like actually measure them, you absolutely can. But I think this is just such a fun little easy thing to do. There's not really a point to do it, you know? Just get her done quickly, but nicely. Okay, there we are. Boop, boop. Okay. I feel like I need to zoom out. Okay. Now, when we add our second layer, it's going to cover the pins, and you're not even going to see where the pins are. Oh, I did that one very sloppily. In my defense, I'm doing it away from me. But like, how cool is this like inner section that it makes? Like this fold, that is so neat. All right, so now that we've got that, we're going to do ones on the other corner. So fill in these two areas with the exact same thing. All right. So I'm just opening it up one more time, putting the pin right in the center of where we had that X. Here we go. And then put the pin like the front. I need to get a camera that backs up a little bit. There we go. All right. So the pin, YouTube's going to be fun to do today. All right. The pin is right there. So if you see that it's opened up, it's right there. So now I can flip down away from it. There we go. And flip those in and put some pins. Now, if you notice, this one is going to lay over where this one is. That's actually perfect. That's great. Okay, on the other side. All right, there it goes. So now we've got that one. I could have moved it a little bit closer. Actually, I kind of like it. Okay, cute. Gives it a layered look. All right, let's do the other one on the other side. I'm going to let the ball roll off for a second. Here we go. All right. Put the pin in the center. Oh, I did not iron that any kind of straight. There we go. Okay. Okay. Coming over to our ball. All right. Going to pin it at the top right here. There we go. Pull it away. I probably could scoot it over just a little bit because like when I put the point, I'm going to make sure I leave enough for that. Yeah, That way you don't see any of that underneath. Now, a little trick you could do is just to put one of these underneath it. So if you wanted to just put a solid one of the white down before you start pinning, you wouldn't see any of that. But I'm just going to be conscious about it to make sure that it's not too bad and it meets up pretty nicely. There you go, like that. Put some pins. Go. All right, there we go. So now we've got that. And again, you're not going to see the pins on a little bit. Don't worry. You're not going to see them. Pretend they're not there. What pins? We don't know where pins are. There we go. All right, so we have the center of our little ball, and we're just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing with more of the white ones. Just grab this real fast. Is it the white or do I need to switch to red? I have my cheat sheet here. I have my cheat sheet that I was like, I might need this later on, so I'm just going to keep it on there. Oh, I think, let's see. No, I think we're fine with the white ones for now. Oh, did I cut extra? Oh, duh, Courtney, for the other side. All right, so we're going to go ahead and switch our colors. I think I want to do the red next. I feel like it'll make it pop and look really cute. So I think I'm going to switch to the red. Oop, and my ball's rolling away. All right, so I've got some fabric here. I'm just going to iron that straight because that was a little wrinkly. There we go. Just do a bunch of them at one time. All right, and then the same thing, fold them in half just to make that center axis, just so I have a guideline. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it is helpful whenever you go to pin things. You're like, oh, okay, that's where I need to go from. Okay. I'm sorry, our YouTube friends, that it's for some reason vertical. I feel like it wasn't there before I hit live. Some settings, StreamYard. Silly thing. Let me not say that so it doesn't mess up. It's like, really? Yeah. There we go. Go. Oh, funny. I did not cut that one in half. We won't use that one right now. I was like, why do I have so many of these? Because, Courtney, there's a whole other side of the ball that you need to make. That would be why. Okay. Okay, one more. I'm going to back up the camera just a little bit in a minute, just so you guys aren't like completely, which do I have I don't think I turned, oh, I have that camera on. We could probably angle that one a little bit down. Let me angle that a bit down. It might be more helpful for you guys. Let's see. All right, that might be helpful if it's not so closed in. Bless it, it was a bit much. All right, let's see. Oh, that's the one that blinks. No, we're not using that one. All right, we're back to this one. All right, so there we go. Exact same thing we did before, finding the center of it. There we go. All right, there we go. Gotta love Alive, right? Gotta love it. All right, so we have the pin in the center. Come back to our ball. And then this time, we're going to go ahead and put the center right where this, let's see if I can get it for face. There we go. All right, so this is the one that we did originally. So we have this one right here, and we have the center line. So that's where that opening is. So that pin's actually sitting right there. So what I want to do is take this and put it further down. Now, it's up to you how far you want to go down. I actually do want a pretty decent little star, so I'm going to put it about halfway for me. There we go. All right, so that was halfway through or halfway down from the top. Okay. Okay, and then we just do the exact same thing. So we're going to pull this down. Okay, put the point down to the center like that. And then that makes us a little tail, and then we'll pin those. Like that. Oof, doing it on YouTube's hard. There we go. All right. Oh, I was trying to put 2 pins in there. I was like, why is this giving me resistance? Because you're putting 2 pins. There we go. Cute. All right, there we go. You're like, is it though? Is it Courtney? All right, so we've got that one. We're going to do the same thing on each of them. So I'm going to turn to this one. I usually like to do catty corner because then they lay over each other. So we're going to take this one, put it in the center, that. Okay, so I'm going to go across from the one that we just did and go here halfway through that one, like that. All right, fold it down. That. Okay. Excuse my reach. There we go.
Krista Parsons.
Can't talk to you, Krista Parsons. I do a live show every week at the same time. Do you think my family would catch on when those are, right? Big fan. She's not watching. I'm just kidding. All right, there we go. So we have our two reds right here. I'm going to pull that camera out just a little bit real quick because our YouTube friends, I feel really bad. Let's see. All right, this will give me a little bit more room to play with. You really are going to see that giant stain that I did with Totally Awesome. Okay, everyone's calling Courtney right now. Leave Courtney alone. I should have put my phone on silent. I'm sorry. All right, so there we go. We've got that section. And now we're just going to go ahead and do the ones right here. It'll all come out together. Trust me. All right, we're going to take some pins in the center. But like how fun, like what a relaxing, just little project to do, and then you get some really cute little ornaments out of it. It's great. Okay. Look, now I'm picking up steam. Now I'm picking up the pace because I'm getting coffee. I'm like, oh, I've done it a few times. All right, let me come and answer some of the questions or see some of you guys in the chat while I'm doing this. Let's see, put this pen down. There we go. Okay, and whoop. Do you see the design starting to come out? It's so good. All right. Ooh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I was like, where did the other piece go? I dropped it. There we go. Okay. Halfway down the ball again, or halfway down that previous piece. There we go. Fold it down. There we go. So I'm just folding that, making that little triangle. Go. Other side. All right. So we've got that one. Ooh, that did not connect. I need to move that one over just a little bit. That's the nice part of this isn't glued or anything, so I can just pull the pins out and then shift it over. And it's perfectly fine. Just want to hit it where both of them. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Now it starts making that design. But like how fun, because you could choose any color of fabric that you want to choose and kind of build them off of each other and then just keep going and going and going, putting more pieces. All right, so we're going to keep going on the red. Go. I'm just going to iron those real quick because I did not iron enough of them that I needed. Okay. Go. So now I have that little guideline for myself. Do this one. Okay. Oh, and this one I need to cut in half. There we go. I forgot to cut this one in half. There we go. All right, electric scissors for the win. Just real quick. Go. Go. That one did not iron too straight. All right, there we go. It's a cute project. I need to work on some of these. Right, Linda? It's so fast and just fun, and it comes together so quickly. And so I did it out of just some fat quarters. So I didn't have to cut, or go get yardage for this. I just did it out of some quick fat quarters. You could absolutely do it out of whatever fabric that you want to do, but I knew for me, I was like, I have some fat quarters that I got because, it was Fat Quarter Friday and I got excited. But then I was like, I don't have a designated project for it. Like I just need to use them up. And so, or not use them up, but I just want to use them for something. And so this came out like a good idea. All right. So now that we're going to come to these sections right here. So, the white sections right here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to place this. Let me see. I have my notes right here. All right. I'm going to place it a little bit lower than these points. So if you notice, those points are right here, or the red points are right here, and I'm going a little bit lower than them. You could do them even if you wanted to, but I feel like it looks nicer. All right, it's a little bit harder to get it in because I'm going through multiple layers of fabric right now. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we've got that one in, and then this is the same thing. We fold it back, and then we make the point. Really making our point here, right? Do you see what it's starting to do? Oh, it's exciting. All right. Okay. And then the other side. So it's just the same thing over and over again. Pick up one pin, Courtney, one pin at a time. Okay, there we are. Look at that. Do you see that? How cool is that? Okay, let's flip it. So I like to do the ones that are opposite each other. Okay, then we're going to take this, put our pin in the center. There we go. Go halfway right there. Down. There we go. So I saw, and I'm not going to say who it was, but I saw a retailer selling these. Then they were pretty. They were very pretty. I'll give them that. They were pretty, but they were selling them. They look just like this for an arm and a leg. And then I was like, oh, you must get like bulk, like a lot of them. No, you get 6 of them. And I want to say it was like almost $100. I know. And like, it was I'm sure it was like super nice luxury fabric. Like, okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. But like, no. I was like, I know how much those supplies cost. I want to say for the 6-pack of these little balls, it was like $6 for me. And for the pins, I mean, granted, I already had the pins, but if I needed to buy them, I mean, a little case of pins, probably $4 or $5, depending on how many pins come in there. It's not a lot. So I'm like, why is it so much? I mean, the fabric can't be that crazy. This doesn't take very much fabric to do this. Like I said, I cut up some fat quarters, so 3 fat quarters, and I didn't even use all of the fat quarter. So I'm like, it can't be that crazy expensive. I'm going to move this one up just a bit because I feel like I can see some of the ball, and that bothers me. Just a hair. Just moving it up a hair. That's not even an actual measurement for me. It is. Oh, do you know something that okay, y'all can tease me in the comments if you want. I found out what was it? A scant quarter-inch was? A scant, why does that look like that? I had never used a scant quarter-inch. It's just not something that I had ever needed to use. And so Sew Steady has this thing. It's a scant quarter-inch guide. And so I was like, what is this? What would you use this for? And I talked to Terry. He's our Lafayette store manager. And he was like, you've never had to use one? He was like, oh my goodness, like, this is great. There's a guide. Can you send it to me? My ladies would love it here because we do them all the time. I'm like, I did not know that was a thing. He said, it's just hair of a quarter-inch. And he was like, you actually, I forgot what he said he uses it. And I think it was for sewing, which I do more quilting than I sew it. So maybe that was it. All right, we're going to do it again. Go. But yeah, have you ever heard of a scant quarter-inch? I'm going to move that one a little up. There we go. What I'm realizing is I should have fluffed them out just a little bit more. think would have been good. It was kind of making them kind of tight, but I thought it was cute. Okay. But there's multiple ways that you can do this. A lot of people do them different ways, but I love this one. Oof, I need to move that one up. I love this one because you don't see any of that foam ball through because you fold them in half. All right, I'm going to move this one up. I feel like he needs to be moved up. I feel like you guys are yelling at me in the comments, being like, move it up. But how easy, just real quick, maneuver him a little further up like that. And then he makes this cute little star, right? It's so cute. All right, there we go. All right, so now we've got our little star. He's a little cricket. I was doing him not looking at him. If I had done him like this, he would have been a lot straighter. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. He's a precious. Okay, if you hold him back. No, I'm just kidding. He's precious. He's really, really cute. Oh, I love him. And he's out of some fabric. All right, so now that we have that one, so we have our white in the inside, then we have a red. I'm going to go ahead and do my green now. I think I'm missing some of the red pieces. That is too funny. I wonder where they ran off to. That's fine. Are they underneath? Yeah, I'm missing some of my red pieces. Ooh, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead. We've got that part. So I'm going to go ahead and start ironing my green pieces. And again, if you were really good, you'd just do them all at once, but I didn't do that. So I'm just folding them in half and then folding them the other way so we can get both of them. Okay. And again, you don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I feel like it really helps the placement and knowing where the center of line is and then where to put the other pieces. It just makes it easier. So it's worth the hassle of just sewing them really quick. And if you want to simply line them a little bit, again, that would work too. Let's see what you guys are saying. We would not yell through the media. We would call you on your phone. Oh, I'm not sure what we're talking about. Let's see. Lauren did star one for me. Thank you, Lauren. Let's see. Would putting a dab of glue on the pin before you push it into the ball make it durable, or is that overkill? I feel like it's pretty sturdy with the pin in there. It's not going to hurt it. So if you wanted to, there you go. If you wanted to, no one's going to stop you. But I guess if you're wanting it year after year, but I feel like I can kind of rough them up and they're not going anywhere. So you don't have to, but if you want to, sure. Not going to tell you no. But I've never done it, and I feel like mine have lasted pretty well. Now, I've seen some different designs. I like the star design because it just feels Christmassy and fun, but there's tons of different designs that you could do, and it's kind of like origami on the ball. It's really fun. So again, mine came in a pack of 6, so my plan is to make them all out of the same color. So all the fabrics are going to be the same color. So this red, white, and red, white, and green. I want to say blue, but red, white, and green. But I'm going to try to make them like different variations. So the center would be green on the next one or red on the next one, and then kind of make them all a little bit different. Or you could put toppers on them. And I've done that before, and that was really cute. And I made those out of different colors too. So that way that made them different. Or if you just want them all uniform and the same, you absolutely could do that. So again, this is one of those projects that I would just be in my sewing room, watching TV, watching YouTube, and just doing, because it's like a no stress kind of fun thing. It's no sew. So if you had something on your, say you're embroidering something and you're like, all right, my machine's tied up for now. Well, I don't need my machine. I can just do it without it. And I'm still using up my material. So again, you could do this with scraps if you wanted to, because the pieces, again, just have to be 2.5 by 2.5. Like that's all that needs to be. You just need quite a few of them. So you absolutely could do that and use them all up very quickly. Awesome. Let's see, boom, boom, boom. There's still that camera right there that I have to be like, when I want to see something. Let's see. I got here a bit late. What is the ball made from? Oh, it's styrofoam. Yeah, it's just a styrofoam ball. That one, again, is a 2.8-inch ball. So 2.8-inch ball, or 7.1 centimeters. Yep, I kept the packaging. I was like, keeping the packaging nearby because I was like, I'm not going to remember what size it is. And this is the size I usually get because it's that perfect ornament size, right? So I'm like, I feel like I just keep that one. But again, it came in a pack of 6. I want to say for $4. But you can get them a lot of places. If you want to make your ball bigger or smaller or anything like that, just keep that in mind because your fabric, you might need to change the size of the fabric depending on the size of the ball. But for this one, again, this 2.8-inch ball, the 2.5-inch squares work great for it. So they cover it and they make it look so cute. But I like it because the star is not so big where I feel like you're not seeing the design. Because if it was like too big, then it'd be hard to see the design on the curve. So I feel like it's that happy medium that we have. All right, so we're gonna switch back to this camera. All right, so now that we have that, so if you notice we have the high one, so the one we just did, and then one that's underneath it, so of the red. So you have 2 right here that we did above, and then the one we did below. So next piece that we're gonna do in green, we wanna put it in this one that is below. So not on the ones we just did that are on the tip top, we wanna put it on the lower ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a pin in there. There's so much styrofoam. I don't know if you, it's snowing. All right, I'm gonna put the pin in there. And now the other fabrics didn't really have a wrong side, but this green does. Like you can definitely tell which is the right and wrong side. So I'm putting the pin through what I would consider the wrong side of the fabric. And if you're like, Courtney, I like that side. Well, that's okay. But for me, it's gonna be the wrong side of the fabric. All right, so we're putting the pin in again into the one that was not the round that we just did of the red. It was the first round of red that we did. All right, so we put the pin in, we lay it back, fold down the sides like that, and then pin. Cute. All right, fold this side down. Yeah, see, I think I like it where it has a bigger opening. Would you guys leave a bigger opening or would you want it closed? I feel like leaving the opening kind of gives it like some extra design to it. Tell me in the comments. I know you guys will. Be gentle. No, I'm just kidding. There we go. All right, so we've got that one. And then again, I like to flip to the other side. There's so much styrofoam. All right, grab another pin. I'm gonna put some back here so I don't have to keep reaching in front of you. I'm sorry. All right, and I'm gonna stab it in the center of the wrong side. Put it here. Go. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it a little open. I kind of like the look. Go. Cute. All right, so we've got those on both sides. We're going to come to this side now, do the same thing. And it's just going to be like the red side that we did a minute ago, where we just did the one layer and then we went back and did a different layer. I feel like, you know what? I'm being a perfectionist and I need to not. Courtney, you're doing this not facing you and you're doing it by looking at a camera. You're doing great, honey. A little pep talk to myself. There we go. All right. Let's see. Okay, it looks like some of you are like, oh, yep, like it open. Let's see. Oh, we have a starred one. Yay. Thank you, Lauren. What if the bigger ball would, what if you have a bigger ball, what fabric size would it be? It depends on the size of the ball. And honestly, I wouldn't go up too much. Great question. Again, it depends on the size of the ball. If we had a ball that was like the biggest one, oh, it fell. Of course it fell and it rolled away. I wouldn't double the size of it. I would probably try at least like another 1/2 inch or an inch. I wouldn't do anything bigger than that. Let's see. Do you put in a cord at the top? I do. So some people do them differently. So some people like to do, instead of, I just put a piece of twine underneath some ribbon and I'll show you how I do that. But I've seen where some people get those little hooks. They're like little metal hooks with the screw and they'll screw that into the, which that would be a good idea to put some glue on that. And then they just screw it into the styrofoam itself and that holds it for them. And you could absolutely do that. But I'm going to wrap around this section, the halfway mark, with some ribbon. And so I just kind of put some twine underneath that ribbon and really glue it well with some hot glue. And that seems to hold my ornaments pretty well. Now, granted, I've got kittens at my house, kids and kittens, and it gets knocked and gets, tousled around and it holds pretty well. And heaven forbid I can go hot glue it some more. A little hot glue always gets me a long way. So yeah, that's usually just what I do. But I've seen people finish them off all sorts of ways. Again, the most intense one that I saw was them putting the little screw in there. So, but usually I'm looking around my craft room, let's be honest, figuring out what do I already have that I don't have to go get something. I can just use what I already have. All right, so we've done the green on the outside. Let me switch you back to this camera. All right, we've done the green. It's coming out so cute. I really want to fix this. What is that? Oh no, that was a shadow. I was like, what is that? Let me fix it. No, oh no, it's twine. Boop. All right, there we go. All right, so we've got that going, and now we're going to go ahead and fill in the opposite areas. So now we're going to fill in on these with the green all the way around. And that will finish one whole side of our ball. And then we'd have to switch over to do the other side of our ball. And I'm really hoping I find my little red fabric that I cut for this, because I don't know where it's run off to. That is so funny. I'm sure I'll find a whole stack of it later on, and it's going to be hilarious. And by hilarious, not so funny. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead, take our green. Go. Lauren, I think I answered the two that are starred. Can you unstar them for me? That would be great. Thank you. What do I do without Lauren? I don't want to find out. I don't. I would like to never find out what I would have to do without Lauren, our imaginary friend. One day we'll get her on the show. She's like, no, you're not. There we go. All right. Pull down. But how nice is this that we got to leave all those pins in there and you can't see any of them when we cover them up. Look, the pin magically just disappears underneath. And then once you go over the center right here with the ribbon, it hides all those. So it's perfect. Makes it so easy. But yeah, so the pins just stay in there. Again, if you wanted to glue it, it might be hard gluing it to the foam ball, but that is an option if you wanted to do that. I don't. I just leave the pins in there. It's fun. The pins aren't crazy expensive. I can spare a few pins. Goodness knows I have them. Cool. So let me know, are you going to add this on your list? Because okay, so I have a tree in my sewing room. No judgment. I have a tree in every room if I could do that. If the restroom was larger, I would have one in there too. And so, let me take this one out and move it a little up. And how fun for this to be some of the ornaments. I have freestanding lace ornaments that I put on there, and then some of these just to give it some different textures, which is nice. Let's see. Why does this not want to push in? There it goes. Just needed for me to be kinder to it. But how fun, because then it's fabric-y ones and or crafty ornaments in a craft space. There we go. I want to let it really open. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. Flip to the other side. Oh, that's coming out cute. That is really cute. All right, no cheating, Courtney. Focus. Oh, I picked up 2 pins. I was like, why is there a wrong end of the pin every time I turn it? Okay. Let's see. When I go to the pet shop next, I'm going to look for one. For the balls? They have them there? What did they do with them there? Oh, yes. Facebook is better. See, I know. I don't know what happened. That is so crazy. StreamYard's always updating things, and I wish they would knock it off. I wish they would leave settings alone. We like our settings. That's why we chose those settings originally, people. Oh. All right. Second time I've accidentally poked myself. And honestly, doing this, and I've only poked myself twice, I feel like that's a win. And it didn't hurt because they're small pins. I'd like to not do it again, though. All right, last one right here on this side. Go. Come back. It keeps rolling away. Okay. Cute. All right, we're so close. So close to be done with this side. And this took us no time at all. I think we've been going 42 minutes and most of it's me chatting. All right. How cute is that? I love it. And again, I could look at it and be like, oh, I should move this one up or I should move that one back or something like that. That's cute. That is so cute. And again, you could do it in any color. So I have different color schemes for different trees. Yes, I know I'm that person. It's just so easy to like make it out of any of the colors that you want it to. Ooh, if you have metallic fabric, that could be fun. Let's see. Oh, you're talking about flashlight. Okay. The pin hurts. The pins hurt your fingers after a while. Yeah, I have a thimble, and sometimes I'll just put a thimble in my finger, and then that's the finger that I'm going to use over and over again to push them down, and it makes it so much easier. I'm going to look real quick, and hopefully I can figure out what I did with the whole stack of red. I cut enough. I remember I did cut enough. Let's see. Did it jump over? No? What did I do with the red ones? That is so funny. I didn't close the short. What did I do with them? Story of my life. All right, so now, you know what? Maybe I cut too many whites. No, because I only did the white 4. Oh, that's what it was. I intended the red to be the inside, and you need less of those because you only have to put down 4. That's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, that makes way more sense than what I was thinking. So let me go to my notes real fast. That's what it was. I switched them around. Okay, I'm like, how in the world? Okay, so you need, that's what it was. Okay, so for the center fabric, you need 8 of them. So whatever the center colored was, you need 8. For the middle star, so this part that's red for me, you need 16 of those. And then for the outer, you need 16. In my head, I was like, oh, 16, 16. No, you only need 8 of the center color. Oh, thank goodness she's pretty, you know? Okay, well, I'm not going to take it out. It's very cute, but that red was just designated because I was like, I wouldn't put red next to green. I always like to put a bright color in between. Yes, that's exactly what your thought was, Courtney, and you did it anyways. All right, so normally what you do is you would flip it over to the other side and go ahead and put the pins in for that side. So the exact same way we started this one with the 4 in the center, you would do that and then branch out to the next color and branch out to the next color. And once you do that, it would meet in the center. So you would have those pins still. So you have different options that you could do to finish it off. Now you could take some ribbon. This ribbon is pretty thick for this. So I would probably like fold her in half. If you wanted to use fabric, all you have to do is fold it in half. So let's say this was some fabric that I wanted to do and it had raw edges. I would just go ahead and fold them in towards the center like this. And then I would iron it. So then that way it would be no raw edges. And then I would just take it and put it all the way around my ornament. That way you don't see any of those pins. How cute is that? So it would be like that on both sides. So again, I would pick where I wanted the top of my ornament to be. So let's say I'm like, oh, this is my top. I would go ahead and take some twine, or you could use a ribbon. But usually I take just a bit of twine like this, and I put it in there. And I leave a little tail like this. And then that way I can go ahead, wrap the ribbon all the way around like that. So I've got the ribbon now covering up those pins on the side, and then I've got it where my twine is on both sides, but I just put a little bit of hot glue right here on the ribbon and on the twine. So that way I just have a little bit, and I go ahead and just cut the twine, and then I put a little knot, and then that way I can put it on my tree. How cute is that, right? It's so cute. Or if you wanted to just put it in there, you could take, if you wanted ribbon, you could put the ribbon, or if you want to take a pin and just put it through the twine itself like that, it's probably going to pop out. There we go. I would put some hot glue and then put the twine in there like that and then cover it, because you don't want to see those pins on the side. Like, that's not cute. We want to go ahead and cover those both up because you're going to have them coming from the other side too. I would just go ahead. And then ribbon just makes it so much easier. I would just do like a fun, like shiny ribbon or something like that. And again, you could do the ribbon or some twine to hang it. So very, very fun, very cute. I can't believe I messed with the colors. That's hilarious. That's so me. But like, how cute of a little ornament. So today we did ornaments. On Saturday's show, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I am actually sewing a folded star. So instead of it being on the round one, we are not doing the pins, and I'm going to actually be gluing parts of it. And we're going to jump over my sewing machine over there, and we are actually going to be sewing that. And I'm going to make a cute little mug rug of the star. So I'll be able to show you that. Now, I like doing the stars that way because I like to add them into quilts and add them into little different things. It's so stinking easy. It looks really complicated when they're all like this because we're not doing 3 colors. I think we're doing 5 different colors in the star formation. I'm going to show you how to lay them. So make sure you come back Saturday for the AllBrands show, and that is at 6 o'clock. That show is. So if you guys don't know, I do a Wednesday show at noon, every noon on Wednesdays for our membership on YouTube, our membership called AllBrands Behind the Scenes. And we go live every noon. We have way too much fun. If you notice that little banner right there that we made on the show out of cardstock, and then we sewed it on my machine and made a fun little banner over there. And then on Thursdays at 3:30, I go live for the AllBrands show. And then on Saturdays at 6 is the AllBrands After Hours. And that is pre-recorded. I'm not live. That is usually pre-recorded. And that is so much fun. And we get to hang out and have a bunch of shenanigans on that show. So very fun. Oh, try light blue. Oh, okay. We're coming out with some cute color ideas. Let's see. Very fun. Love that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. A little bit different, a little bit fun. I know we didn't touch a machine. It seems wrong. But don't worry, on Saturday's show, we will be sewing along, and I will teach you how to sew one of these fun little things. It is flat, not round. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to let us know that you guys want more videos. We'll see you guys then. Bye, y'all.